We'll begin with revisions. First area is going to be capital versus revenue. From this, you can expect for about maximum 10 marks, minimum 4 marks, which means we can expect around 5 questions. Minimum 2 questions will be there in capital versus revenue. Because accounts evlo marks உங்களுக்கு exam 40, I mean accounts and costing put together 50 marks exam இல்லையா அப்போ I mean
30 questions, costing
20 questions will be there. So நம்ம capital versus revenue, you can expect minimum 2 questions in the exam. Before we start with capital versus revenue, okay, where it is recorded, or if you look at, okay, maybe let me to classify this into capital items or capital expenditure. How it is classified in accounts? Capital expenditure is a real account. Capital expenditure is a real account. This results in an asset. This results in an asset. Capital expenditure, revenue expenditure is a nominal account. This is nothing but expenses. This is how it is classified. Capital expenditure na the balance sheet kondu poidano. Asset it should be taken to what? Balance sheet. Okay. So all capital expenditures are going to be recorded in which one? Balance sheet. All revenue expenditures are going to be recorded in which account? Profit and loss account. That is the first classification. Second classification, okay. If you look at the period of benefit, it is for long term. That is more than 1 year, Revenue expenditures gives short term benefit. What do you mean by short term benefit? Less than 1 year. Capital expenditure na more than 1 year benefit irukum. Revenue expenditure na it will give what? Less than 1 year benefit. That is called as what? Capital and revenue. Yeah, the capital expenditure solrona romba simple. It gives us which benefit? More than 1 year benefit, otherwise called as what? Long term benefit. But whereas revenue expenditures gives us only what? A short term benefit, less than 1 year benefit. And the third principle, based on when the amount is spent. Capital expenditures are incurred before the asset is put into use. Capital expenditures are incurred before the asset is put into use. Capital expenditures. Revenue expenditures. Okay, next column. When the amount is spent, capital expenditures incurred before the asset is put into use. Revenue expenditures are incurred after the asset is put into use. So pre-usage expenses are which expenses? Capital expenditure. For example, second-hand machinery நீங்க purchase பண்றீங்க. Immediately you are doing money or spending money for repairs. You are spending money for repairs. What is it? Capital expenditure. Maybe நீங்க depreciation போடும்போது பார்த்திருக்கலாம். Right? Asset cost includes what? Installation cost, transportation cost, initial cost. So anything spent before the asset is used, that is which expenditure? Capital expenditure. For example, building construct பண்றீங்க, before putting the asset into use, you will do painting work, you will do electrical work, you will do some work to make the asset available for use. All are called as which one? Capital expenditures. All are called as capital expenditure. ரொம்ப simple. Capital expenditure na it will be added to asset value. It will be added to asset value. Revenue expenditure na it will be charged in which account? P&L account. That is the third point of difference. Fourth point of difference. Amount involved. Which will have a larger amount, which will have a small amount. Capital expenditure will involve what? Larger amount. Revenue expenditures will involve a small amount. So capital expenditure, we spend huge money, small amount or revenue expenditure. ரொம்ப simple. For our, let us assume, institute, we are purchasing this ring light. For recording purpose, we purchase the ring light. அது capital expenditure or revenue expenditure. இது வந்து cost is 200 rupees. இது asset or balance sheet la காட்டுவோனா இல்ல I'll show it as an expense. Simple. It appears like an asset. It may be used for more than 1 year also. But looking at the amount involved, it is only 200 rupees. I'll take it to which expenditure? Revenue expenditure. I will charge it in P&L account. I will charge it in P&L account. For example, we are purchasing this tube light, 300 rupees. Okay. So the guarantee is given for 5 years. Guarantee is given for 5 years. 5 years குள்ள என்ன நடந்தால் replace பண்ணிக்கலாம். The usage period is going to be how many years? 5 years. But what is the amount involved? Only 300 rupees. I'll call it as which one? Revenue expenditure. So some expenditures will appear like a capital expenditure, but when the amount is very small, we'll take it as well. Revenue expenditure. For example, you're running a showroom. There is a salesperson. To calculate the bill value, let us assume you are doing manual billing. Okay. So to calculate the bill value, you are purchasing a calculator. You are purchasing a calculator for some 250 rupees. Calculator can be used for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years also. But will you call it as an asset or an expense? Expense, because small amount is involved. Small amount is involved. ரொம்ப simple. Revenue expenditure na charge it to which account? P&L account. Benefit is less than 1 year. This is spent after the asset is put into use. It's having what? A small amount. Next, number 5. Number 5. Purpose. Purpose of capital expenditure sometimes may be for improvement or extension. This is for the purpose of maintenance. For example, asset oda capacity improve agum. Capacity of the asset will go up, or it will have more space, more capacity, more efficiency. That will be called as which one? Capital expenditure. For example, in the building we are adding one more floor. The building we are adding one more floor. What is it? Extension. Then expenditure. Capital expenditure, because it will have more capacity. I am buying more machines. Extra machine purchase panna. Capital expenditure. Why? Efficiency will go up. More benefit in the future. It will give us more benefit for long term. More benefit for long term. For example, cinema theater, non-AC theater, AC theater convert பண்றீங்க. You are converting a non-AC theater into AC theater. What is it? Improvement. How it is improvement? You can charge more per seat, more audience will come if it is an AC theater and the mari. So that is a which expenditure? Capital expenditure. Anything that results in long-term improvement or extension, that is which one? Capital expenditure. If the money is spent for maintenance purpose, for example, for this building we are doing repair work, some plumbing work, seepage irukku, some plumbing work we do, or some electrical wiring repair work we do, maintenance, cleaning work we do. This flooring sheet is gone, we replace with the new flooring sheet. Improvement or maintenance? Some chairs are worn out, we are replacing. All these are which expenses? Maintenance expenses. Or the screen cloth is lost, we are replacing with the new screen cloth. What is it? Improvement or maintenance? Maintenance. But when we convert a normal physical class into a digital projection class, what is it? Improvement. How it is improvement? It will save energy. It will save energy. More amount of input can be given. Okay, more number of hours the faculty will take. Effective hours of class will be there. For example, ஒரு வாட்டி ரப் பண்ணி எடுத்துட்டு இருப்பாங்க. 2 hours classல போர்டு அளிக்கிறதுலயே ஒரு 20-30 minutes போய்டும். Okay, so that will save the energy of the teacher. You can expect the teacher to take what? Some 20-30 minutes extra. So that becomes what? Improvement. So anything that is spent for improvement is capital expenditure. Anything that is spent for maintenance is which expenditure? Revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure. So that is a purpose of spending. For example, you are already having a car. You are already having a car. Tire poiduchu. You are replacing the tire. You are replacing the tire. Enadhu? Maintenance. Okay. You are changing some oil. You are changing some rings, piston and the mari. repair work, some worn out repair work பண்றீங்க, what is it? Maintenance. Petrol car CNG car convert பண்றீங்க, improvement. So improvement are the expenditure, capital expenditure. Or petrol car you are converting into hybrid car, like petrol as well as what, electric and the mari. So what is it? Improvement. How improvement? It will give more mileage, cost per kilometer, running cost will come down, that becomes its expenditure, capital expenditure. So understanding these points matters a lot for preparing any types of accounts, because once you find the capital expenditure, you will record in which one? Asset side. Okay. Once you find the revenue expenditure, you will take it to what? P&L account. This will be more helpful for us for preparing non-profit organization, final accounts of sole trader and the mari. For example, let you make profit organization or non-profit organization. Okay. You are paying salary. Inge varum. Expenses, revenue expenditure, short-term benefit. You are paying for wages, short-term benefit. You are paying for rent, short-term benefit. You are paying for insurance, electricity. All these are short-term benefit. P&L account lo varum. But whereas when you purchase some land or building, and the mari purchase panna, capital expenditure. Why? Long-term benefit. If you purchase a furniture, if you purchase a sports equipment purchase panna, like billiards table and the mari purchase panna, long-term benefit. It will come in what? Asset. But if you purchase bat, ball, net, bat, ball more than 5 years of varuma, they are consumables. They are what? Consumables. That will be which expenditure? Revenue expenditure. So it will be helpful for us to prepare which one? Final accounts also. Normal final accounts also. For example, we purchase goods for selling. For example, I am dealing in books. CMA scanner purchase panni na sale pandrenu vechikalam. Okay. I buy scanners. What is it? I purchase the goods for sale. Short-term benefit or long-term benefit? Short-term benefit. So revenue expenditure. Suppose I purchase a furniture. I purchase a sofa or a rack or a storage cabin. Long-term purpose. It will become what? Capital expenditure. So any business for that matter or any accountant for that matter, knowledge of capital and revenue expenditure is required to proceed what? Further. Not only this, foundationally irukku, interly irukku. Okay, foundationally you got capital and revenue expenditure. Interly the starting point is going to be what? Capital or revenue expenditure. So shall we go with some examples or past asked questions? Okay, there is something called as a deferred revenue expenditure. What is it? It's a revenue expenditure. It is a revenue expenditure, but benefit is for 2 or more years. Sir, it is a revenue expenditure, but benefit alone is for 2 or more years. Now that will become which expenditure? Deferred revenue expenditure. Example, ஒரு heavy advertisement spend பண்றோம் for launching a new product. Okay, we are marketing hefty like anything. Will you do that marketing every year? No. First time மட்டும் அந்த மாதிரி heavy advertisement பண்ணுவோம். Let's assume Bharadwaj Institute starts a new course called as CPA. We are not doing now. Okay, we are doing only CA, CMA, CS. We are going to launch, let us assume, CPA course. So how the people will come to know about that Bharadwaj is doing CPA course? You will do a lot of campaigning. Campaigning may be digital, or campaigning may be what? Physical pamphlets given, or it can be marketing campaigns, organizing seminars, various other things to ensure that, okay, people know about CPA course, number 1. Number 2, know about Bharadwaj Institute. So that is, will you do that every year? No, first time to ensure that the product is reaching our target audience. So that is which expenditure? Deferred revenue expenditure. That is called as which one? Deferred revenue expenditure. Next, are they getting capital receipt? Revenue receipt. Listen to it, then you can copy. What is a capital receipt? What is a capital receipt? It will have no impact on income. It will have no impact on income. Capital receipts are two type. It results in either sale of assets, or it results in either sale of assets or incurring a liability. For example, I sell this building. அது இன்கம்மா இல்ல கேபிட்டல் ரிசிப்டா? கேபிட்டல் ரிசிப்ட். பில்டிங்கை சேல் பண்ணிட்டா, பில்டிங் பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணா கேபிட்டல் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர், அதை சேல் பண்ண என்னது? கேபிட்டல் ரிசிப்ட். ஓகே, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் யூ பர்ச்சேஸ்ட் லேண்ட் வித் ட்ரீஸ். லேண்ட் வித் ட்ரீஸ். ஓகே, when there is a capital expenditure. If you cut and sell the trees, trees is an asset இல்லையா? ட்ரீ இஸ் an asset. அதை கட் பண்ணி சேல் பண்ணா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் மேங்கோ ஃபார்ம்ஸ் மாதிரி ஒன்று பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, யூ கட் அண்ட் சோல்ட் த ட்ரீஸ், மேங்கோ ட்ரீஸ் அப்படியே சேல் பண்ணிட்டோம். கேபிட்டல் ரிசிப்ட். கேபிட்டல் ரிசிப்ட், சேல் ஆஃப் அசெட். ஆர் borrowing money like bank loan or deposits or issuing shares, capital எல்லாமே என்னது? கேபிட்டல் ரிசிப்ட். Revenue receipts are nothing but benefits from business or asset. Okay, simple. It can be sale of products or rendering services, or it can be incomes like rent, interest, dividends received. இந்த மாதிரி when you enjoy the benefit alone, asset sale பண்ணா capital receipt, அந்த asset இருந்து benefit enjoy பண்ணா, that is a revenue receipt. That is a revenue receipt. For example, I cut and sell the trees, I told it is a capital receipt. But mangoes மட்டும் sell பண்ணா, I sell mangoes only, I enjoy the benefit only, that becomes what? Revenue receipt. If I sell the building, capital receipt. But if I give the building for rent, collect monthly rent, that is which one? I enjoy benefits only. If I enjoy the benefit from the business or asset, that is called as which one? That is called as which one? Revenue receipt. Simple. Capital receipts are adjusted in balance sheet. Adjusted in balance sheet. Either asset or liability adjust பண்ணிப்போம். Revenue receipts are recorded in which account? Trading P&L account. It is recorded in trading P&L account. Capital receipts will be adjusted in which one? Balance sheet. Sale of asset, land, building, என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? Will you record in P&L account or adjust in asset? Adjust in asset. What about rent received, interest received, revenue from rendering services, cash sales, credit sales? You will record in which account? P&L account. ரொம்ப simple. இங்க revenue expenditures are taken to P&L account. Revenue expenditures are taken to P&L account, and revenue receipts are also recorded in which account? P&L account. That is what is called as matching concept. Clear? Income of the year should be matched with what? Expense of the year to find out profit or loss. அதே மாதிரி capital expenditures are recorded in which one? Balance sheet. Capital receipts also are recorded in balance sheet. Take up this. I'll share this entire Excel working also in the group. I will also do that printing part. Okay, let us take the example. Solution alone you take it. Point number 1 க்கு answer மட்டும் எடுத்துங்க, because this will be taken as, this will be given as a multiple choice question. Option will be given: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure, capital receipt. அந்த மாதிரி they will give you options. You have to choose the best option. அந்த மாதிரி start. This question you need not copy, just solution alone please copy it. Purchase of goods for resale. என்னது இது? இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பாயிண்ட் கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. They will give you options. Choose. Purchase of goods for resale. Capital expenditure or revenue expenditure? Revenue expenditure. Purchase of land. What is it? Capital expenditure. Carriage of goods purchased. It's a revenue expenditure. Number 4. Just tell the answer alone. Machinery purchased. Machinery purchased by a dealer. அவனோட பிசினஸே வந்து purchasing and selling machinery. Now I'm starting a showroom to sell the machine. My business is buying and selling the machine. Upon that will become what? Revenue expenditure. repairs done to a second-hand machine purchased. Second-hand machine purchase panni, we are doing the repairs. The money is spent before the asset is put into use. The money is spent before the asset is put into use. Now it will become which expenditure? Capital expenditure. It will become which one? Capital expenditure. Then change of tires, rings, pistons of an old car. This is not a purchased car. Already you are using the car. அதுக்கு repair இதெல்லாம் பண்றோம். என்னது இது? Revenue expenditure. Additional devices added to get more output. Why? Improvement. It's a capital expenditure. Remodeling an old or plant or property. Improvement. Which expenditure? Capital expenditure. Amount spent to get improved efficiency. Improved efficiency in another. Capital expenditure. Okay, anything that is spent for improvement is which one? Capital expenditure. Canal irrigation charges now. Sometimes government will supply water for agriculture. You are running an agricultural business or agricultural activity. Adhikku water is provided by the government. Adhikku you are paying charges. This you have to pay every year. Recurring expenditure. It is a recurring expenditure, revenue expenditure. Tax paid on building, like corporation tax, municipal tax and the mari. Revenue expenditure. That's more than 1 year nu kudutha, then they will take it as deferred revenue expenditure and the mari. Legal expenses incurred for purchasing the land. Why? It is part of cost of the asset. It is part of cost of the asset. Installation expense of a machine. It is part of cost of the machine. It is part of cost of the machine. Legal expenses incurred to maintain title of the property. This is not a property, but encroached by you. நீங்க occupy பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. Otherwise, you are claiming that it is your property. So I file a case to maintain the ownership in my name. It's a revenue expenditure. It is not for purchase. Am I spending for purchase or to maintain the title? To maintain the title, now it will become which expenditure? Revenue expenditure. Expenses incurred to get back the fuel efficiency. Efficiency no capital expenditure decide பண்ணிடாதீங்க. எதுக்காக spend பண்றோம்? To get back fuel efficiency. For example, your two-wheeler is there, it gives only 20 kilometers per liter. You are doing repair to get back what? That 30 or 35 or 40 kilometers. And the repairs எதுக்கு பண்றோம்? To maintain the asset or to improve the asset? To maintain the asset. Repair is done to restore the efficiency. To restore what? Efficiency. That is which expenditure? Revenue expenditure. Heavy advertisement to launch a product. This is which one? Deferred revenue expenditure. Deferred revenue expenditure. Visit of sales manager to UK to promote export sales. We are sending our sales manager to UK to promote what? Export sales. It's part of business. It is part of which one? Business revenue expenditure. Deferred revenue expenditure கிடையாது. அதோட benefit 4 years 5 years எல்லாம் இருக்காது. Okay, you just travel to UK for promoting your products. That benefit will be there only for what? Shorter run. It will be there only for shorter run. Licensing fees to start a factory. Capital expenditure. Every year you have to pay some renewal fees. Revenue expenditure. Because the renewal fees will come every year. Purchase of furniture for resale. We are not keeping it for long term use. It is for which one? Resale. Revenue expenditure. Cost of removal of stock from old godown to a new site. இல்ல திங்க் பண்ணுங்க. ஒரு குடோன்ல இருந்து இன்னொரு குடோனுக்கு ஸ்டாக் ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்றோம். Revenue expenditure. It is part of regular business expense only. We'll move the stock from one branch to another branch, one godown to another godown. அது நியூன்னு கொடுத்ததுனால உடனே ரெவென்யூ கேபிட்டல் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் எடுத்துறாதீங்க. Are you removing machine or stock? Stock. That is part of improvement ka move panna capital expenditure ஆகும். Insurance premium we have taken for our stock, land and building. Revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure. Stock lost 6,000. Insurance received rupees 7,000. What about this insurance received? Stock தொலைஞ்சு போயிருக்கு, or stock is lost by fire or destroyed by fire. For that you are getting insurance compensation. What is it? Is it for stock purchase பண்ண என்னது? Revenue. Stock is sold out na? Revenue. So when the stock is lost, when you are getting a compensation, that is also what? Revenue receipt. Revenue receipt. Otherwise, ask question. Are you getting this for a capital expenditure or for a revenue expenditure? Stock purchase பண்ணும்போது revenue expenditure இல்லையா? When you recover anything for that, that is become which one? Revenue receipt. Customer sale பண்ணன, insurance company pay பண்ணன. In both the cases, we get money. Once you get money for the stock, that is which expenditure? Which one? Revenue receipt. பண்ண மாட்டாங்க, but எதுக்காக நம்ம claim பண்றோம்? For what we claim? Is it for building, land, furniture அந்த மாதிரி capital expenditure against create பண்றீங்களா? இல்ல revenue expenditure against claim பண்றீங்களா? Revenue. Okay. Next. Machinery lost by fire. Insurance claim. Rupees 45,000. This will become which one? Capital receipt. Capital receipt. Legal fees for drafting purchase of building. You are paying to a lawyer for drafting which one? Purchase of building. What is it? Capital expenditure. Capital expenditure. We are paying brokerage to purchase land or machine. It is part of cost of the asset. Capital expenditure. Legal fees for leasing a land and building. Leasing na renting. Leasing means what? Renting a property. Romba simple. Rental agreement sign பண்றோம். அதுக்கு lawyer to some 500,000 rupees sign பண்ணி we are drafting a rental agreement. Are you getting the property or getting rent? Getting for rent. Getting for rent. Are you getting a property? No. So it's a revenue expenditure. It is which expenditure? Revenue expenditure. Yeah, revenue expenditure. Romba simple. Okay, normally rental agreements are drawn for 11 months. Are drawn for which one? 11 months. It is a short term benefit one. So revenue expenditure. Brokerage or commission paid on sales. We are selling the product. நம்ம ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்டை சேல் பண்றோம். And for that we are paying our agents brokerage and commission. Revenue expenditure. Any doubt in this so far, whatever we have done? Shall we proceed? Replacing screen in cinema theater. Just replace தான் பண்றோம். அந்த screen is a cloth. அதை replace பண்றோம். Revenue expenditure. See, screen cloth இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது once in a year they will replace. Otherwise அதோட cloth ஓட quality பாத்தீங்கன்னா light pale yellow மாதிரி ஆயிடும். So projection will not be proper. Rupees 55 lakhs spent for enhancing rupees 50,000 spent for enhancing seating accommodation in a theater. Why? Enhancing na the improvement artham. Enhancing means what? Improvement. It becomes what? Capital expenditure. It becomes a capital expenditure. Sale of plant, property and equipment. Capital receipt. Shall we? Sale of plant or property or equipment, it becomes what? Capital receipt. Okay. Next. We are taking a title guarantee insurance. What is a title guarantee insurance? இவர் தான் ஓனர் தான் நம்மளுக்கு சேல் பண்றாங்கன்னு ஒரு டைட்டில் கேரண்டி இன்சூரன்ஸ் வந்து வாங்குறோம். Suppose if there is any loss, insurance company will pay us compensation while purchasing the land. What is it? Capital expenditure. It is part of purchase cost of the land. It is part of purchase cost of the land. One time payment இருக்கலாம். Okay, it's a at the time of purchase we go for what? Title guarantee insurance. It is part purchase of the land. Then interest on loan paid during construction of building. It is paid during the construction of building. Wait பண்ணுங்க, whether the building is put into use or not put into use. During the construction period, எது spend பண்ணலாம் சரி, that will become what? Capital expenditure. That will become which one? Capital expenditure. 34. Say இருக்கு, லோன் வாங்காம எப்படி பில்டிங் கட்டுனீங்க? லோன் வாங்கி பில்டிங் கட்டுறோம். During the construction period நம்ம இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் பே பண்ணா that becomes what? Capital expenditure. Interest on loan paid after the construction of building. We have taken a loan to construct the building. Construction is complete. Loan is not paid. We are paying interest on loan. We are paying interest on loan. After putting the asset into use, money spent on another revenue expenditure. See, in the example, they will give you with amounts. All of them. Amount they will specify. That's all. Wages and salaries paid for erection of a machine. Installing a machine, whatever you spend, it is called as what? Capital expenditure. For the purpose of installing an asset, when you spend money, it is called as what? Capital expenditure. So, these are all examples of some revenue expenditures, and which one? Capital expenditure. One more example maybe I'll give you. Painting the factory building for the first time. Capital expenditure. Okay. Suppose if they just use the word painting the factory building. First time the word I use for example. Just they use the word painting the factory building. It's part of maintenance expenses. Which one? Revenue expenditure. Why first time expenditure is a capital expenditure? Because the money is spent what? Before the asset is put into use. Before the asset is put into use. So from this you will definitely get minimum 2 questions, maximum up to what? 4 questions in the exam. One of the most important thing for examination point of view or knowledge point of view also. இது படிச்சாதான் உங்களுக்கு accounts புரியுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். Once you are clear in this, then you will not make a mistake in final accounts also. This topic is related with which one? Final accounts also. Are you thorough or clear in capital revenue expenditures? Suppose they give you special advertisement campaigns. Special advertisement campaign during festivals. Capital expenditure should create an asset. Deferred net, the benefit should be for a longer period. Deepavali Pongal time to improve the sales, you will give what? Advertisement. That every year pannuvom. This becomes which one? Revenue expenditure. See, deferred revenue expenditure example venna. And the advertisement to launch a product. Free samples, generally revenue expenditure da. But free samples to launch a product arkunu. Adhe mari, any preliminary expenses while starting a company. Expenses incurred to start a company. That's called as which one? Preliminary expenses. They are called as what? Deferred revenue expenditures. So these are general examples of deferred revenue expenditure. So sometimes they will give you some expenses, benefit is 3 years, 4 years of the mari kuduthiruppan. Then that is called as which one? Deferred revenue expenditure. See, in your textbooks they have given some examples of revenue expenditure: salary, rent, depreciation, consumable stores, purchase of material, insurance premium, taxes and legal expenses, and what? Miscellaneous expenses. Deferred miscellaneous expense na sundry expenses. The petty cash expense are clear. They are called as miscellaneous expenses. Deferred revenue expenditure like preliminary expenses and the mari. Look at this question. In the mari questions kekla. Carriage 7,500 spent for machinery purchased and installed. What is it? Capital expenditure. Advertisement incurred for launching a new product. illa for edukku carriage pay பண்றீங்க? Is it for goods or missions? Missions. Heavy advertisement cost for launching a new product. For launching a new product. Deferred revenue expenditure. Deferred revenue expenditure. Then 2,000 spent for servicing the company's vehicle, 50 for changing the oil. Actually, the advertisement expense இருக்கு இல்லையா, accounting standard 26ல revenue expenditure தான் ட்ரீட் பண்ணணும். பட் உங்க எக்ஸாம்ல ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்துருக்கான். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், they've given option capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, capital receipt, revenue receipt. இந்த 4 ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்தா என்ன சூஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க? Revenue expenditure. Suppose one more option, deferred revenue expenditure கொடுத்தா choose which one? Deferred revenue expenditure. Rupees 200 paid for servicing the company vehicle and 50 for changing the oil. Revenue expenditure. Maintenance expense, revenue expenditure. Construction of basement of building. Factory building, what is it? Improvement, capital expenditure. Namari, I request you to go through these questions. Extension of railway tracks to the factory area, improvement, capital expenditure. Wages paid for mission operators, installation கிடையாது, mission operate பண்றவங்களுக்கு wages pay பண்றோம், revenue expenditure. Installation cost of the new mission, capital expenditure. Materials and extension of foreman offices and factories, improvement. And now we are going to construct what? Offices. Rent paid for the factory, revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure. Then payment of wages to one employees for office extension. Are you spending this for working or constructing the office? So capital expenditure. Regular hiring of computer for preparation of firm's accounts. Are you purchasing or hiring? Hiring the computer, rent, revenue expenditure. Purchase of new computer, capital expenditure. Asset purchase pandro, long term use, capital expenditure. To use the motor vehicle, hired for 5 years but paid for every 6 months. Once in 6 months நம்ம rent pay பண்றோம், revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure. Freight and carriage paid for the new machine, capital expenditure. Erection charges, capital expenditure. Both for installation, capital expenditure. Fixtures for the book value 2500, sold for how much? 1600. New fixtures 4000 was acquired. Carriage and purchase எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கான்? 1000 கொடுத்திருக்கான். இவ்வளவு MCQல கேட்க முடியாது. ஓகே, இத சேல் பண்றது என்னது? என்னது? கேபிட்டல் ரிசிப்டா, ரெவென்யூ ரிசிப்டா? You are selling products or fixtures? Fixturesனா furniture and fixtures மாதிரி. Asset சேல் பண்றோம். That is a capital receipt. New fixtures purchased is a capital expenditure. Carriage on purchases of these assets will become what? Capital expenditure. Wait பண்ணுங்க. Are you paying this for goods purchased or asset purchased? Asset purchased na capital expenditure. A sum of 400 was spent for painting the factory. Revenue தான். New factory னு கொடுத்தா என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க? Capital expenditure. 8200 spent for repairs before the second hand machine is put into use. Before the asset is put into use, now it becomes what? Capital expenditure. இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிற illustrations I request you to go through with solutions it is given. For example, redecoration expenses. Redecoration expenses, revenue expenditure, every year பண்ணுவோம். Installation of a new coffee machine, capital expenditure. Building extension, capital expenditure. Purchase of snacks and foodstuffs, consumables, revenue expenditure. Purchase of VCR and TV, video cassette recorder and the mari. What is it? Capital expenditure. Asset, capital expenditure and the mari. You can just go through. For example, an expenditure is capital nature when increase in quantity of which one? Fixed asset. Capital expenditures are recorded in balance sheet. Which of the following is of capital nature? Purchase of truck, replacement of truck, cost of repairing the truck, all of the above. Purchase of the truck than capital nature. 5000 incurred for upgradation of computer. Upgradation is improvement. Upgradation is improvement in expenditure. Capital expenditure. Entrance fees received by the club. Non-profit organization லே பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. இது என்னது? Capital receipt. Entrance fees வந்து capital receipt. Donation தான் revenue receipt. Entrance fees to join a club நீங்க pay பண்றது என்னது? Capital receipt. Life membership fees received by a club is a capital receipt. It is a capital receipt. Cost of goods purchased for resale is a revenue expenditure. It is a நம்ம purchase பண்ற goods resale பண்றதுக்காக யூஸ் பண்ண revenue expenditure. Import duty purchased on raw material purchased is a எதுக்கு pay பண்றீங்க? Machine purchased கா raw material purchased கா? So revenue expenditure. Received for repairs for factory wall. Received invoice. Okay, invoice நம்ம pay பண்ணணும். எதுக்கு? For repairs to factory wall என்னது? Revenue expenditure. Compensation received from government for compulsory acquisition of land. Land acquire பண்ணிடுறாங்க, government நம்மளுக்கு compensation pay பண்றாங்க, நம்ம வாங்குறோம். We are getting it. None of these. Why? Because it is a receipt, capital receipt. All revenue receipts and expenditures are shown in trading P&L account. Trading P&L account. Bad debts recovered during the year. Bad debts recovered during the year is a revenue receipt. Then insurance claims received on account of machinery damaged. Are you getting for stock or for machine? Machinery, na, the capital receipt. Capital receipt. 5,000 spent for defending the suit claiming that the factory signed belonging to plaintiff. லாயருக்கு நம்ம ஃபீஸ் பே பண்றதுக்கு நம்மளோட லேண்ட் நம்ம கிளைம் பண்றதுக்காக. What is it? Is it spent for purchase of the land or defending the suit claiming that it is belonging to us? It's like a maintenance expense madri. Which expenditure? Revenue expenditure. Money is 10,000 spent for traveling expenses to directors for purchase of capital asset. Directors எதுக்கு travel பண்றாங்க? Business purpose ka asset purchase பண்றதுக்கா. Asset purchase பண்றதுக்காக travel பண்ண, it is part of cost of the asset. So it becomes capital expenditure. Capital expenditure. So go through all these things. It is most important. Please go through all these things. Okay. At home you can go through probably after today's revision or whatever. Please go through the match the following, fill in the blanks question. And from this, okay, maybe about two questions minimum. As I told you, 5 questions maximum can be tested in the exam. See, for learning rectification of errors, number 1, are you clear in capital revenue expenditure? Which one is capital, which one is revenue? Then rectification of error is very simple. Pay attention. What is an error? What is an error? Unintentional mistake. தெரியாம தப்பு பண்றது என்னது? Unintentional mistake. Okay, so what is unintentional mistake? Simple. Okay, while doing some you have done overlook mistake. 1000 bala 10,000 record பண்ணிடுறோம். Or 1 lakh bala 10,000 record பண்ணிருப்போம். Or entering in the wrong account, wrong amount. Instead of putting salary, you debited machinery account and the mark. You recorded, but you did some mistake. That is called as which one? Error. Intention oda panna, that is called as fraud. If you do it with intention of cheating or cheating money, that is called as what? Fraud. Salary paid 5 lakh, but voucher la 6 lakhs in kai போட்டுட்டு 1 lakh எடுத்து நம்ம பாக்கெட்ல போட்டுக்கிறது. That is which one? Fraud. Okay. So fraud will result in loss of money. Fraud will result in only loss of money. Errors will result in only either profit is understated or overstated, assets are omitted, etc. No loss of money will be there. No loss of money will be there. That is errors. So we are here to which one? Rectify the error. Errors, there are 3 types of errors. First type is which one? Error of omission. Omission enna? We fail to record some transaction. If it is a full omission, both debit side and credit side is omitted. For example, salary pay பண்ணிருக்கோம், not recorded. Salary to cash record பண்ணவே இல்லை. That is called as what? Full omission. Full omission பண்ணிருந்தா trial balance will tally. And a trial balance checks only debit is equal to credit. Both debit and credit omit பண்ணிட்டா debit side record ஆயிருக்காது, credit side record ஆயிருக்காது. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? Automatically trial balance will tally. Partial omission na either debit is omitted or what? Credit is omitted. Salary not posted in salary account or not posted in cash account. Purchases not posted in purchases account or not posted in cash account, creditors account na one side error and that is called as what? Partial omission. Either debit or credit is omitted, trial balance will not tally. Now debit side la post பண்ணிருப்போம், credit side la post பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டோம். அப்ப என்ன இருக்கும்? Debit side will be more. Okay. Or sometimes credit side la post பண்ணிருப்போம். For example, creditors la record பண்ணிருப்போம், but purchase record பண்ணாம இருப்போம். So creditors la post பண்ணியாச்சு, credit balance will be more, but purchase la record பண்ணல, what will happen? Debit balance will be low. So partial errors, trial balance will not tally. Partial omissions. Full omission நால trial balance will tally, which means இது வேற மாதிரி கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. Trial balance will agree. Trial balance will not reveal. Okay. Trial balance will tally. What is the meaning? Trial balance will tally. What is the meaning? Trial balance will agree. Debit will be equal to credit. அது affect ஆகாது. Otherwise, this error will not be revealed by trial balance. Will not be revealed by trial balance. Partial omission நால trial balance will not tally. Trial balance will not tally. Otherwise, it will be revealed by trial balance. It will be revealed by trial balance. Golden rules of accounting are clear. What are the golden rules of accounting? Personal accounts, real accounts, nominal accounts. இதை தப்பா புரிஞ்சுட்டு journal entry pass பண்ணா that is called as error of principle. If you don't understand the personal real nominal accounts, if they are interchanged wrongly and recorded, that is called as which one? Error of principle. இதனால trial balance affect ஆகாது. Trial balance will tally. For example, salary paid to Kumar, என்ன entry pass பண்ணும்? Salary to cash. But instead of that, you passed Kumar account data to cash. Salary என்ன account? Nominal account. Nominal account க்கு பதிலா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்? Personal account debit பண்ணிட்டோம். Or for example, machinery purchased, wrongly debited to purchases account. Machinery என்ன account? Real account. Real account debit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா nominal account, purchase account debit பண்ணிடுறோம். இந்த மாதிரி personal real nominal accounts குள்ள interchange பண்ணா that is called as what? Error of principle. Error of principle. For example, loan taken. We have taken loan. என்ன entry pass பண்ணுவோம்? Cash account data to loan account. Cash account data to loan account. Loan account போடுறதுக்கு பதிலா அது income எடுத்துட்டோம். We have taken as what? Income. Loan is which account? Personal account. But wrongly taken as nominal account. அந்த மாதிரி personal real nominal accounts interchange பண்ணா that is called as what? Error of principle. Otherwise, for example, wages paid for installation of machine. எந்த அக்கௌண்ட்ல டெபிட் பண்ணும்? Wages paid for installation of machine. Machinery account. We should debit to machinery account, which is a real account. அதுக்கு பதிலா we debited to wages account. We debited to wages account. That is called as what? Error of principle. Instead of debiting machinery, which is a real account, if you debit wages account, that is called as what? Error of principle. Error of principle. இதனால trial balance affect ஆகுது. Trial balance will tally. What is the next error? Any other error. We call it as clerical errors. That is called as errors of commission. It may be errors in posting, errors in totaling, errors in carry forwarding, totaling, or error entering a wrong amount in the wrong account or wrong side of the account அந்த மாதிரி இருந்தா that is called as what? Errors of commission. That is otherwise called as clerical errors ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Trial balance may not tally. For example, debtors ஒரு 10 lakh omit பண்ணிட்டோம், creditors ஒரு 10 lakh omit பண்ணிட்டோம். It is called as compensating error. ரெண்டு எரர் பண்ணிருக்கோம், டெபிட்லயே omit ஆயிருக்கு, கிரெடிட்லயே omit ஆயிருக்குன்னா trial balance tally ஆயிடும். That's why I said trial balance may not tally because of which one? Errors of commission. இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி examination question கேட்கலாம். Classify the following error. Just classification alone can be asked. For example, machinery purchased 5 lakhs, not recorded in accounts. Not recorded in accounts. Errors of omission. Not recorded in கொடுத்த errors of omission. Okay. Machinery purchased, wrongly debited to wages account. Principle. Machinery purchased 5 lakhs, posted in the account as 4 lakhs. Errors of commission. Okay. நீங்க omit பண்ணியிருந்தா errors of omission. Personal real nominal accounts interchange பண்ணியிருந்தா errors of principle. Instead of that, entering a wrong amount, wrong side அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணியிருந்தா errors of commission. I'll share this working. Don't worry. Next. How to rectify the error? நம்ம எரர் எப்ப கண்டுபிடிப்போம்? பிஃபோர் ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ். வாட் யூ மீன் பை பிஃபோர் ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ்? ஜர்னல் என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்றோம், அப்போ எரர்ஸ் வந்து கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டோம். ஆர் while preparing ledgers we identified the error. Before trial balance error can be rectified. Or trial balance prepare பண்றோம், it is not matching. Debit is not equal to credit. Or it can be rectified after what? Final accounts. So error can be rectified before trial balance or after trial balance or after final accounts. எந்த பாயிண்ட்ல சஸ்பென்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் ஓபன் பண்ணுவீங்க? இதுல 3 கேஸ் கொடுத்திருக்கேன் இல்லையா? In which point you will open suspense account? Before trial balance suspense account open பண்ண மாட்டோம். When trial balance is not tallying only, we will open which account? Suspense account. Suspense account. Listen to it. So ledgers are not closed, so don't use which account? Suspense account. Listen. If errors are rectified before trial balance, ledgers are not closed, so don't use which account? Suspense account use பண்ணாதீங்க. Then, if the errors are rectified after trial balance, ledgers are closed and transferred to trial balance, so suspense account is opened if it is not tallying. If the errors are rectified after final accounts also, ledgers are closed, suspense account is opened, that will be there in balance sheet. Balance sheet tally என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? We will place suspense account in the balance sheet. So suspense account is opened. So when will you not use suspense account? Before trial balance errors rectify பண்ணா, you should not use what? Suspense account. ஏன்னா suspense account open பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டோம். At what point suspense account is opened? After trial balance or after final accounts. After trial balance, a suspense account will be opened. That will be carried to balance sheet. That will be carried to balance sheet. How to rectify the error? Pay attention. For two-sided errors, pass a journal entry. What do you mean by two-sided error? Error affecting two accounts. For example, wages paid for machinery installation 5,000 debited to wages account. Wages paid for installation of machinery 5,000 debited to wages account. எந்த அக்கௌண்ட் கரெக்டா டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கணும்? மிஷினரி டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கணும், இன்ஸ்டலேஷன் ஆஃப் மிஷினரி. பட் ராங்லி டெபிட்டட் டு விச் அக்கௌண்ட்? வேஜஸ் அக்கௌண்ட். ஸோ டு ரெக்டிஃபை திஸ் எரர் யூ யூஸ் விச் ஒன்? ஜர்னல் என்ட்ரி. வேஜஸ் எதுக்கு பண்ணிருக்கோம்? மிஷினரி இன்ஸ்டலேஷன் பண்ணிருக்கோம். இது கேபிட்டல் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சரா ரெவென்யூ எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சரா? கேபிட்டல் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் என்ன பண்ணணும்? வேஜஸ்ல ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுவீங்களா, பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்ல ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுவீங்களா? பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்ல எந்த ஹெட்டிங்ல ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க? மிஷினரியில. சோ wages paid for installation of machinery should be debited to which account? Should be debited to which account? Machinery account. நம்ம தப்பா என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? Wages account debit பண்ண. How to rectify this? Which should be debited? Which should be debited? Machinery account debtor. What was wrongly debited? Wages. அதை credit பண்ணி cancel பண்ணுவோம். இந்த மாதிரி for two-sided errors, pass which one? Journal entry. For one-sided error, ஒரே ஒரு அக்கௌண்ட் தான் அந்த எரர் அஃபெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்குன்னா adjust that account. For example, machinery purchased not posted in the machinery account. What will you do? Post in machinery account அவ்வளவுதான். Okay, post in machinery account. Salary paid 5,000 not posted in salary account. Post in salary account. Cash withdrawn from bank not recorded in cash account. Record in cash account அந்த மாதிரி. For all one-sided errors, adjust that account only. Don't use which account? Suspense account use பண்ணிடாதீங்க. We'll see. For example பார்க்கலாம். If errors are rectified after trial balance na, same principle. For two-sided errors, we'll pass which one? Usual journal entry na. One-sided errors, we'll pass the entry using which account? Suspense account. And suspense account open பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம். After final accounts also they. After final accounts also same. But only thing is that nominal accounts are clear. What do you mean by nominal accounts? Expenses and incomes. Expense and incomes எங்க ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுவோம்? P&L அக்கௌண்ட்ல ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி ஆல்ரெடி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஆல்ரெடி P&L அக்கௌண்ட் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஸோ நாமினல் அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே க்ளோஸ் ஆயிருக்கும். ஸோ இந்த பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் நாமினல் அக்கௌண்ட் யூ வில் யூஸ் ப்ராஃபிட் அண்ட் லாஸ் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட். இந்த பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் நாமினல் அக்கௌண்ட் யூஸ் விச் அக்கௌண்ட்? P&L அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட். ஏன் சார்னா ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம P&L அக்கௌண்ட் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிட்டோம். P&L அக்கௌண்ட் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணியாச்சு. So nominal accounts are already transferred to which account? P&L account. So use which account? P&L adjustment account. So now let me to give some example so that you will understand better. Pay attention. Number one, famous example. Wages paid for installation of machine rupees 15,000 debited to wages account. It's an error. இது எப்படி ரெக்டிஃபை பண்ணுவீங்க? இட்ஸ் an error affecting one account or two account? Two account. Which account should have been debited? Machinery account. தப்பா என்ன டெபிட் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம்? Wages account. How to rectify this? Machinery account debtor 15,000 to which account? Wages account 15,000. ஏன் மிஷினரி டெபிட் பண்றீங்க? It is not debited. It is not debited, so debit now. Why are we crediting wages account? It was wrongly debited. Wrongly debited. Now to remove this? Credit பண்ணி remove பண்ணும். இல்லையா? லெஜர்ல தப்பா டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம், என்ன பண்ணணும்? Credit பண்ணணும். So wages was wrongly debited, credit to remove. Machinery should be debited, debit now. If it is rectified after trial balance also, same journal entry. Same journal entry. If it is rectified after final accounts now, if it is rectified after final accounts now, okay, maybe I'll put same journal entry தான். எவ்வளவு amount? 15,000. Machinery account debtor 15,000 to wages account எவ்வளவு? 15,000. If it is rectified after final accounts now, machinery account debtor to wages account க்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணணும்? P&L adjustment account. எவ்வளவு அமௌண்ட்? 15,000. புரியுதா? Once again, wages paid for installation of machine debited to which account? Wages account. This error affects two accounts or one account? Two accounts. என்ன account affected? Machinery debit பண்ணிருக்கோம், நம்ம பண்ணல. இப்போ debit பண்ணுங்க. Wages தப்பா debit பண்ணிருக்கோம், எப்படி cancel பண்றது? Credit பண்ணுங்க. After trial balance also same entry தான் வரும். After final accounts, in the place of nominal accounts, use which account? P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account. It's an example of two-sided error. Two-sided error la journal entry varum, suspense account varadu. Clear? Next, I'll give an example of one-sided error. Wages paid rupees 10,000 was not posted in wages account. Wages paid rupees 10,000. Wages paid how much? Rupees 10,000 was not posted in which account? Wages account le post panle. It's an error affecting two accounts or one account? Only one account. Which account? Wages account. If it is before trial balance, you will just debit wages rupees 10,000. Debit that account with rupees 10,000. Will you use suspense account? No. Why? Ledgers are not closed. Ledger no close பண்ணவே இல்லை. Trial balance prepare பண்ணல. So we will not use which account? Suspense account. இதே after trial balance now, what is entry you will pass? Wages account. Data to which account? Suspense account. Hello amount? 10,000. Wages account data to suspense account 10,000. If it is after final accounts, என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? Wages is a nominal account. அதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணும்? Profit and loss adjustment account data எவ்வளோ? 10,000 to which account? Suspense. So 10,000. It's a most important error and clearly tells the difference between before trial balance, after trial balance, and what? After final accounts. So before trial balance, debit that wages account only. Why are you not using suspense? Trial balance இன்னும் prepare பண்ணல, ledger இன்னும் close பண்ணல. அப்ப அந்த account adjust பண்ணிக்கங்க. Okay. If it is rectified after trial balance, suspense account is already opened. So wages account data to which account? Suspense account. If it is after final accounts means in the place of nominal account. In the place of which account? Nominal account. We use which account? P&L adjustment account. So question examination la endha mari kepaana indha mari or sentence kodutittu what will be the rectification entry after final accounts? After final accounts options koduthirupanga. Which option you will choose? This option you will choose. Okay. So wages paid 10,000 was not posted in wages account. The nature of error enadhu? In error, nature of error. Is it error of omission or principal or commission? Either debit or credit is omitted, it is called as what? Error of omission. Error of omission. Suppose rectification entry before trial balance kerta. Option 1, wages account debit 10,000 kuduthirpa. Option 2, wages to suspense. Option 3, P&L adjustment account data to suspense account. Which option you will choose? Before trial balance kurta, choose which option? First option. After trial balance wages to suspense. If it is after final accounts means P&L adjustment account data to which account? Suspense account. See, நம்ம classல learn பண்ணும்போது தனித்தனியா learn பண்றதுதான் ப்ராப்ளமே. Before trial balance learn பண்ணிட்டு after trial balance then after final accounts போகும்போது தான் confusion. Shall we go for other errors also? இது புரிஞ்சது அது வரைக்கும்? Next, wait பண்ணுங்க. Third. Pay attention. இது அப்படியே I'll just third. Shall we? Credit sales rupees 25,000 was not recorded. Credit sales of 25,000 was not recorded. Was not recorded. Journal pass பண்ணல அர்த்தம். Journal entry itself is not passed. What is the journal entry you will pass if it is before trial balance? Debtors account data to sales. Debtors account data to which account? Sales account எவ்வளவு amount? 25,000. It's an error affecting two account or one account? Two account. Record என்ன அர்த்தம்? Recordே பண்ணலன்னு அர்த்தம். Journal record பண்ணலன்னு அர்த்தம். It's an error of omission. Then after trial balance also what is the entry you will pass? Same entry now. Debtors account data to which account? Sales account. If it is after final accounts, now what is the entry you will pass? Debtors account debtor 25,000 to which account? P&L adjustment account. Okay. ஏன் P&L adjustment account? Sales is a nominal account. அதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணணும்? P&L adjustment account யூஸ் பண்ணணும். Do you understand? புரியுதா? கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆகலையே? ரெண்டுமே இந்த டெபிட் அண்ட் கிரெடிட் ரெண்டுமே நாமினல் வர சான்ஸ் இருக்கான்னு கேக்குறீங்களா? இருக்கு, வரேன். Number 4, pay attention. Credit sales rupees 25,000 was posted in debtors account as rupees 2,500. Credit sales 25,000 was posted in debtors account as what? 2,500. Now the mistake is in sales account or debtors account? Debtors account. Debtors account எவ்வளவு டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 25,000 எவ்வளவு டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 2,500 டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். So you debit debtors account with how much? எவ்வளவு difference? 22,500. ஏன் டெபிட் பண்றோம்? Why are you debiting? You should have debited 25, but we debited only 2,500. எவ்வளவு difference இருக்கு? இந்த 22,500 டெபிட் பண்ணிக்கங்க. It's an one-sided error. Will you record sales? இங்க சேல்ஸ்ல மிஸ்டேக்கா டேட்டாஸ்ல மிஸ்டேக்கா? டேட்டாஸ்ல ஒன்லி மிஸ்டேக். ஓகே, இட்ஸ் an error of commission. Entering a wrong amount or wrong account எல்லாமே என்னது? error of commission. If it is after trial balance, now we will pass what is entry? Debtors account data to suspense account. Debtors account data to suspense account எவ்வளவு amount? Same 22,500. If it is after final accounts also, debtors account data to suspense account தான். ஏங்க P&L adjustment account வரல? No nominal account. இங்க nominal account இல்ல. அதனால after trial balance and after final accounts there is no change. So after trial balance and after final accounts there is a change only by one thing. என்னது? Nominal accounts இருந்தா என்ன account யூஸ் பண்ணணும்? P&L adjustment account. What is the reason? Nominal accounts are already closed in trading P&L account. அதனால instead in the place of any nominal account, sales, purchases, wages, அதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணுங்க? P&L adjustment use பண்ணுங்க. So credit sales not posted in debtors. It is an error affecting only which account? Debtors account. So debit debtors account only. If it is after trial balance, na debtors account data to suspense account. After final accounts also same entry will come. Getting both nominal accounts வர மாதிரியா? Point number 5. Listen to it. Okay. Wages paid rupees 2,500 was recorded as salary rupees 5,200. Wages paid 2,500 was recorded when posted in salary account rupees 5,200. Wages account debit பண்ணிருக்கணும். Have we debited wages account? To rectify, debit wages account. Wages account with rupees எவ்வளோ? 2,500. What was wrongly recorded? Salary account தப்பா debit பண்ணிருப்போம். How to rectify this? Credit salary account with rupees 5,200. A 5,200? That is what is recorded in which account? Salary account. If it is after trial balance, now what is entry will pass? Wages account debtor 2,500 to which account? To salary account. To salary account என்ன வரும்? 5,200 வரும். 5,200 வரும். The difference will be placed in which account? Suspense account. Debit என்ன இருக்கும்? Difference 2,700. Okay. If it is rectified after final accounts, in the place of wages account என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணணும்? P&L adjustment account debtor 2,500. Suspense account debtor 2,700. Salary என்னது? To P&L adjustment account. 5,200. Once again, debit wages with 2,500. Why? Because wages should be debited. Why are we crediting salary? Salary was wrongly debited with how much? 5,200. How to rectify? Credit salary with 5,200. Credit salary with 5,200. So difference will go to suspense account only when it is after what? Trial balance. After final accounts, na same entry na. But in the place of nominal account, we use which account? P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account. Shall we? Next. Purchases. Okay, credit purchases. Rupees 45,000 was wrongly treated as credit sales. Rupees 54,000 or 45,000 or 54,000. Credit purchases was wrongly treated as credit sales. என்ன correct entry pass பண்ணிருக்கணும்? Purchases account debit எவ்வளோ? 45,000 to which account? To creditors account. எவ்வளோ? 45,000. இது correct treatment. பட் தப்பா என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்? தப்பா என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? கிரெடிட் சேல்ஸ் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். அப்ப ரெக்கார்ட்னா கிரெடிட் சேல்ஸ் எப்படி ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க? Debtors account data to sales record பண்ணிருப்போம். Is it correct or wrong? Wrong. How to rectify this? The cancel பண்ணும். How to cancel this? Sales account debtor. Sales account debtor என்ன இருக்கும்? 54,000 to which account? Debtors account. To debtors account 54,000. நான் பிளாக்ல பண்ணிருக்கிறது வந்து to record which one? To record correct one. Purchase account data to creditors தான் correct one. அது ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா? இல்ல, ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. தப்பா என்ன ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிட்டோம்? Debtors account data to sales. அது தப்பா ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணது எப்படி ரிவர்ஸ் பண்ணணும்? Sales account data to debtors account. Sales account data to debtors account. After trial balance also same entry will come. After trial balance also same entry will come. If it is after final accounts, in the two creditors to debtors adedam. Two creditors and two debtors adedam. In the place of purchases and sales, you will use which account? P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account debtor ரெண்டு ஆட் பண்ணுங்க வரும் 99,000. Now purchases and sales both are which account? Nominal accounts. Nominal accounts. அதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணுங்க? P&L adjustment account debtor to which account? Debtors account and which account? Creditors account. So in the place of nominal account, we use which account? P&L adjustment. ரெண்டு வாட்டி டெபிட் பண்ண தேவையில்லை. P&L adjustment போட வேணாம். P&L adjustment 99,000. Once again I repeat. What is the correct transaction? Credit purchases. அதுக்கு என்ன entry? Purchase account debtor to which account? Creditors account. Okay. What is the wrong entry we passed? Debtors to sales தப்பாவே entry pass பண்ணிட்டோம். அப்ப எப்படி cancel பண்றது? Sales account debtor to which account? Debtors account. This is before trial balance. After trial balance also the same entry we will pass. Then if it is after final accounts, in the place of nominal account, we will use which account? P&L adjustment account. We will use P&L adjustment account. புரியுதா? So in examination எப்படி question கேட்பானா இந்த ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்துட்டு if error is rectified after final accounts, what is the journal entry? இந்த ஆப்ஷன் choose பண்ணுங்க. They will give you option for this and some other option with suspense account மாதிரி கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. Choose this option. Okay. Next. Cash paid to Kumar rupees 6,000 was credited to his account as rupees 600. Cash pay பண்ண என்ன பண்ணணும்? Correct treatment. Debit the receiver. Debit Kumar. எவ்வளவு debit Kumar எவ்வளவு பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 6,000. What is the wrong treatment given? Credited Kumar. எவ்வளவு credit பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 600 credit பண்ணிருக்கோம். இப்போ எப்படி rectify பண்றது? ராங்கா கிரெடிட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, எப்படி ரிமூவ் பண்றது? டெபிட் பண்ணும். கரெக்டா ஒரு டெபிட் 6000 போடணும். என்ன பண்ணும்? தப்பா கிரெடிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். எவ்வளவு தப்பா கிரெடிட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? 600. அது ரிமூவ் பண்ணதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணும்? ஒரு டெபிட். கரெக்டா போட வேண்டியதுக்கு ஒரு டெபிட். இப்போ டோட்டல் அமௌண்ட் எவ்வளவு டெபிட் பண்ணும்? 6600. So if it is before trial balance, now you will rectify debit Kumar account with rupees எவ்வளோ? 6600. The rectification if it is before what? Trial balance. If it is after trial balance, na Kumar account debtor 6600 to which account? Suspense account. If it is after final accounts also same entry. Why same entry? No nominal account. Nominal account தானே மாறும். புரியுதா? கிரெடிட் ரிமூவ் பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு டெபிட், கரெக்டா டெபிட் பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு டெபிட். சோ டோட்டல் டெபிட் இஸ் how much? 6600. Before trial balance na just debit Kumar account, don't use what? Suspense account. After trial balance na use which account? Suspense account. If it is after final accounts also same entry because there is no nominal account involved. 8th, cash received from King K rupees 7200 was debited to his account as rupees 2700. இது அதே மாதிரி எரர் தான். What is the correct treatment? இங்க கேஷ்ல மிஸ்டேக் இல்ல, ஃபுல் என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணி பார்த்துடாதீங்க. கேஷ்ல மிஸ்டேக் இருக்கா? மிஸ்டேக் எங்க இருக்கு? கிங் கேல தான் மிஸ்டேக் இருக்கு. கரெக்ட் என்ட்ரி இஸ் கிரெடிட் த ரிசீவர், கிரெடிட் த கிவர், கிரெடிட் த கிவர், கிரெடிட் கிங் கே எவ்வளவு பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 7200 பண்ணிருக்கணும். பட் ராங் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? டெபிட்டட் டு கிங் கே என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 2700. எப்படி ரெக்டிஃபை பண்றது? இந்த கிரெடிட் ஒரு 7200, ராங் டெபிட்க்கு ஒரு கிரெடிட். சோ டோட்டல் கிரெடிட் என்ன பண்ணும்? கிரெடிட் கிங் கே with rupees எவ்வளோ? 9900. Credit King K with 9900. If it is rectified after trial balance, now what is entry will pass? Suspense account debtor to which account? King K account. 9900. If it is rectified after final accounts also, an entry varum. Same entry will come. And no nominal account, no nominal account. Salary rupees 7200 paid was posted in the ledger as 700. Salary எவ்வளவு டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 7200, but we debited only 700 na. If it is before trial balance na debit salary account with rupees difference. Evlo difference? 6500. 7200 minus 700. If it is after trial balance enna பண்ணுவீங்க? Salary account debtor to which account? Suspense account. Evlo amount? 6500. Salary account debtor to suspense account 6500. If it is after final accounts enna பண்ணுவோம்? Salary account debtor okay. Salary account க்கு மேல என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? P&L adjustment account debtor to which account? To suspense account. Clear? So in the place of nominal account only, we have to use which account? P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account. புரியுதா? Next error. Pay attention. Okay. Cash withdrawn from bank for private use rupees 8000 was taken as normal withdrawal. Personal use க்கு பேங்க்ல இருந்து withdraw பண்ண என்ன என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணிருக்கணும்? Drawings account debtor, drawings account debtor to which account? Bank account போட்டிருக்கோம். பட் தப்பா என்ன போட்டிருக்கோம்? cash account debtor to bank account. நார்மலா withdraw பண்ணா it will be cash account debtor to bank account போட்டிருக்கும். இப்போ எதை டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கணும்? which should be debited? Drawings. தான் correct treatment. Correct debit should have been given only for which one? Drawings. But wrong treatment is given in cash account. Drawings debit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா cash debit பண்ணிட்டோம். பேங்க்ல மிஸ்டேக் இல்ல. எப்படி ரெக்டிஃபை பண்றது? Drawings account debtor to cash account. Drawings account debtor to cash account. எவ்வளவு amount? 8,000. So same entry will come after trial balance or after what? Final accounts also. A. No nominal accounts. No nominal accounts. No suspense account also. Once again, cash withdrawn for personal use na என்ன அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் பண்ணும்? டிராயிங்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் டெட்டார். பட் தப்பா என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? கேஷ் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். So how to rectify this? Drawings account debtor to which account? Cash account. தப்பா டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம் கேஷ் அக்கௌண்ட்டை கிரெடிட் பண்ணி கேன்சல் பண்ணுங்க. After final accounts also same entry will come. Drawings personal account தானே. Drawings என்ன அக்கௌண்ட் அது? Capital drawings என்றால் என்ன அக்கௌண்ட் அது? Personal account. Personal account. Shall we? Example clear கொடுத்துருவோம். Is it before trial balance or after trial balance அந்த மாதிரி they will specify very very clearly. Shall we? Sales book was overcost. Sales book was overcost by 8,200. Sales accountல extra 8,200 போட்டிருக்கோம். என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? Sales will have which balance? Sales. Income expense. Income என்ன balance இருக்கும்? Credit balance. Credit balanceல extra போட்டிருக்கோம். Credit balance extra போட்டிருக்கோம். How to rectify this? Debit sales account. Debit sales account. Rupees எவ்வளோ? 8,200. If it is after trial, after trial balance என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? Sales account debtor to which account? Suspense account. எவ்வளவு amount வரும்? 8,200. If it is after final accounts என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? P&L adjustment account debtor to which account? Suspense account 8,200. புரியுதா அது? So in the place of nominal account use which account? P&L adjustment account. Shall we? Purchases rupees 7,000 was posted in sales returns account. Purchases 7,000 was posted in which account? Sales returns account. Correct என்ன பண்ணிருக்கணும்? Purchases account debit பண்ணிருக்கணும். Purchases account எவ்வளவு பண்ணிருக்கணும்? Debit எவ்வளவு பண்ணிருக்கணும்? 7,000. But what is the wrong treatment given? The sales returns will have which balance? Sales and credit balance. Sale returns account என்ன இருக்கும்? Debit பண்ணிருக்கோம் 7,000. How to rectify this? How to rectify this? Simple. Debit what has to be debited? Purchases account debtor to sales returns account. எவ்வளவு amount? 7,000. Purchase account debtor to sales returns account how much? 7,000. If it is after final accounts என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? Purchase account debtor to sales returns account எவ்வளோ? 7,000. If it is after final accounts என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? P&L adjustment account debtor எவ்வளோ? 7,000 to P&L adjustment account. என்ன ரெண்டுமே nominal accounts தான். Actually no entry required. Purchases as well as sales returns. என்னது? Nominal account, real account, personal account? Nominal account. So debit what has to be debited and credit what has been wrongly debited. Purchase account data to sales returns. இதே after final accounts now both debit as well as credit will have what? P&L adjustment account இருக்கும், அது offset ஆயிடும். புரியுதா? Any doubt in it? One minute. Coming back. Question number point number 13. Huh? Okay. Shall we go for the next error? Closing stock overvalued by rupees 6,000. Closing stock overvalued by rupees 6,000. இந்த மாதிரி எரர் இன்னும் பார்த்துருக்க மாட்டீங்க. பிஃபோர் ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ்னா நம்மளுக்கு கவலையே இல்லை. Closing stock is valued at the end of the year. Closing stock is valued at the end of the year. No adjustment required. Now closing stock comes inside the trial balance or after the trial balance? Closing stock trial balance குள்ள வருமா வெளில வருமா? Closing stock credit side வருமா? வராது. Opening stock purchases தான் debit side வரும். அப்படி நீங்க purchase adjust பண்ணாதான் trial balance குள்ள வரும். So generally closing stock is shown inside the trial balance or after the trial balance? After trial balance adjustmentல தான் இருக்கும். Closing stock this much ன்னு இருக்கும். So no adjustment is required. But closing stock is recorded in trading account. Closing stock is recorded in which account? Trading account. So after final accounts prepare பண்ணும்போது வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. Closing stock increase பண்ணிட்டோம். Closing stock final accounts போடும்போது எந்த அக்கவுண்ட்ல வரும்? Trading account வரும். Which side வரும்? Debit side opening stock purchases. Credit side என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? Sales and closing stock போடுவோம். Credit sideல ஓவர் வேல்யூ பண்ணிருக்கும். Credit sideல அதிகமா போட்டிருக்கும் trading accountல. அப்போ profit என்ன இருக்கும்? Profit increase ஆயிருக்கும். Profit increase ஆயிருக்கும். Otherwise, stock will have which balance? Stock is an asset. It will have which balance? Debit balance. அதிகமா போட்டிருக்கும். எப்படி remove பண்றது? Credit பண்ணுங்க. To closing stock account. To closing stock account எவ்வளோ? 6,000. Since it is already recorded in trading account, P&L adjustment account data. Closing stock. புரியல. Trading account credit side. Trading account credit side. என்ன பண்றோம்? Buy closing stock தானே போடுறோம். Trading account தான் அது credit. Closing stock அது debit. What is the journal entry? Closing stock account data to trading account. Closing stock account data to trading account. அதனால தான் buy closing stock ன்னு trading accountல வரும். Trading accountல credit பண்றோம். Stock will have always which balance? Debit balance. So excess debit இருக்கு. How to remove? Credit. Closing stock account. P&L account adjustment account data to closing stock account. Opening stock debit தான். Stock always will have which balance? End of the year இருந்தா தானே beginning of the year இருந்தா. For example, furniture beginning of the year இருக்கு, end of the year இருக்கு. என்ன balance இருக்கும்? Debit balance தான். Any asset opening balance at the beginning of the year end of the year எல்லாமே என்ன balance இருக்கும்? Asset நாமே என்ன balance இருக்கும்? Debit balance. So no adjustment required if the error is rectified before final accounts. After final accounts now we'll adjust which account? P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account. Next. Purchases account was cost short by 6,000 or okay, 7,800. Purchase account was, what do you mean by cost short? கம்மியா போட்டிருக்குமா அதிகமா போட்டிருக்குமா? கம்மியா போட்டிருக்கும். We entered a lesser amount. So lesser debit. Purchase account will have which balance? Debit balance. Debit side la கம்மியா போட்டிருக்கும். How to rectify this? Debited. Purchase account data 7,800. அவ்வளவுதான். If it is rectified before trial balance 7,800. If it is after trial balance என்ன பண்ணணும்? Purchase account data to suspense account 7,800. If it is after final accounts, what will you do? After final accounts என்ன பண்ணும்? P&L adjustment account data to which account? Suspense account. Why suspense account? It's an error affecting only that particular account. It's an error affecting only that particular account. Shall we? Goods given as free samples for advertisement, rupees 6,000, not recorded at all, not recorded in books. Goods எடுத்து free sample கா கொடுத்திருக்கோம். Pen entry pass பண்ணனும். Advertisement account debtor எவ்வளோ 6,000 to purchases account. ஏன் to purchases account? ஏன் to purchases account? When goods are purchased, we record in which account? When goods are recorded, we record in which account? Purchases account. So advertisement account data to purchases account. If it is rectified, before trial balance. After trial balance also same. If it is after final accounts, both are nominal account. P&L adjustment account data to P&L adjustment. Suppose in the option கொடுத்தா அதை choose பண்ணுங்க. Suppose in the option இல்லைன்னா no entry required. No entry required, like that you can choose. Pay attention. One of the most important thing. Check received from SK rupees 8,000 dishonored. It was posted to debit of allowances account. உங்க எக்ஸாமினேஷன் கொஸ்டின் கொஞ்சம் டஃப்பா இருந்தா அந்த மாதிரி கொடுக்கலாம். செக் ரிசீவ்ட் ஃப்ரம் எஸ்கே டிஸ்ஆனர். செக் ரிசீவ் பண்ணும்போது என்ன என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணுவோம்? பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட் டேட்டா டு விச் அக்கவுண்ட்? எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட். இது டிஸ்ஆனர் ஆச்சுன்னா எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட் டேட்டா டு விச் அக்கவுண்ட்? பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட் போடணும். ஆக்சுவலா எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட் டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கணும். வாட் இஸ் த கரெக்ட் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்? கரெக்ட் இஸ் எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட் டேட்டா. பட் ராங் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? அலவன்சஸ் அக்கவுண்ட். பாருங்க, செக் ரிசீவ்ட் எஸ்கே 8,000 dishonored, it was posted to debit of which account? அலவன்சஸ் அக்கவுண்ட். இது கிடையாது. பேங்க் டு எஸ்கே வந்து செக் ரிசீவ் பண்றதுக்கு. அந்த செக் கேன்சல் ஆச்சுன்னா எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட் டேட்டா டு விச் அக்கவுண்ட்? பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட். எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட் டேட்டா டு பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட். எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட்ல டெபிட் பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா அலவன்ஸ் அக்கவுண்ட்ல டெபிட் பண்ணிட்டோம். ஸோ கரெக்ட் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் இஸ் எஸ்கே அக்கவுண்ட் ஷுட் ஹவ் பீன் டெபிட்டட். ராங் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? Allowance was debited. How to rectify this error? SK account data to which account? To allowances. If it is after this also this much, this will be to allowance another nominal account. It will be P&L adjustment. Amount is 8,000. புரியுதா? எஸ்கே அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்? அலவன்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் பண்ணிட்டோம். ஸோ எஸ்கே அக்கௌண்ட் டேட்டா டு அலவன்சஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் பிஃபோர் ஆர் ஆஃப்டர் ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ். ஆஃப்டர் ஃபைனல் அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணும்? P&L adjustment account. Pay attention. Just to give you a recollection, listen. Before trial balance, ledgers are not closed, so don't use which account? Suspense account. Two-sided error journal entry pass பண்ணுங்க. For example, இந்த மாதிரி journal entry pass பண்ணுங்க. For one-sided error, just debit or just credit that account. Just debit or credit that account. For example, இங்க போட்டோமே debit debtors account, debit Kumar account அந்த மாதிரி. Okay. If it is after trial balance, pass a journal entry for two-sided errors like machinery to wages. Okay, wage the மாதிரி, debtors to sales and the மாதிரி. For one-sided error, use which account? Suspense account. So error affecting one account, we'll use which account? Suspense account. இந்த மாதிரி. If it is after final accounts, என்ன பண்ணும்? Wherever there is a nominal account, use which account? P&L adjustment account. For example, இங்க SK account data to allowance. After trial balance also same. After final accounts, SK account data to which account? P&L adjustment account. This is also Last 5 or 6, when your question is little tough, they can give you all these things. Total of discount in the payment side of cash book was not taken into trial balance. Total of discount in the payment side of cash book was not taken into the trial balance. Payment side enna side narthum? Credit side. Cash account la credit all the credit what goes out illiya. Credit what goes out. So credit side la payments will be there. So total of discount in the payment side of cash book was not recorded in the trial balance at all. The discount allowed or received. Think பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க. Cash book prepare பண்ணும்போது we will maintain cash column, bank column, credit sideலையும் cash column இருக்கும், என்ன இருக்கும்? Bank column இருக்கும். Debit side என்ன இருக்கும்? Discount received இருக்குமா, payment இருக்குமா? Discount allowed இருக்கும். நான் collect பண்ணும்போது discount allow பண்ணுவோம். Credit side என்ன இருக்கும்? Discount received இருக்கும். இல்லையா pay பண்ணும்போது we will receive what? Discount. Receive பண்ணும்போது we will allow the discount. So credit side னு சொல்றான், which means which column? Discount received column. Discount received, is it an income or expense? Discount received பண்ண income expense ah? Income. So which means we should have credited discount received. எவ்வளவு amount? 16,500. If it is before trial balance. If it is after trial balance என்ன பண்ணும்? Suspense account debtor to which account? Discount received account. If it is after final accounts, suspense account debtor to which account? To P&L adjustment account. Suspense account debtor to which account? P&L adjustment account. Same amount, 16,500. Clear? Credit side discount received இருக்கும். That is not posted na. It's an income. Credit the discount received. Don't use suspense account. It's an error affecting only that account. Okay. Suspense account debtor to discount received after trial balance. If it is after final accounts, use which account? Use which account? P&L adjustment account. Use P&L adjustment account. One more error. Capital brought in by proprietor was recorded as interest received. Capital brought in by the proprietor was recorded as which one? Interest received. Actually, capital credit பண்ணிருக்கோம், அதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்? Interest credit பண்ணிட்டோம். What is the entry you will pass? Capital account debtor to which account? Interest account. Correct? No. Correct என்ன பண்ணிருக்கணும்? We should have credited which account? Capital account. But wrong என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? We credited which account? Interest account credit பண்ணிருக்கோம். எப்படி rectify பண்ணுவீங்க? Interest account debtor to which account? Capital account. The same thing will come. Let it be before trial balance or what? After trial balance or after what? Final accounts, it will be P&L adjustment account. And interest is a nominal item. So P&L adjustment account debtor to which account? Capital account. In this line, you try to go through your study material question, you will be able to solve them. We will do some of the multiple choice questions. Whenever errors are noticed, the accounting records, they should be rectified epo. At the time of preparation of trial balance and without waiting for the accounting year end, after the preparation of final accounts in the next year. Errors kandupidicha odane immediate rectify பண்ணுங்க without waiting for the accounting year end. Trial balance will not tally. Trial balance will not tally. எப்போ tally ஆகாது? Correct journal entry is posted twice na, ரெண்டு வாட்டி டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம், ரெண்டு வாட்டி கிரெடிட்டும் பண்ணிருப்போம். So match ஆயிடும். 2 times debited, 2 times credited. Debit will be equal to credit, no problem. Credit purchases debited to purchases credited to cash, no problem. Anyhow, debit பண்ணியாச்சு, credit பண்ணியாச்சு, tally ஆயிடும். 5,000 cash paid to creditors, debited to creditors is how much? 500. So debit side only எவ்வளவு ரெக்கார்ட் ஆயிருக்கும்? 500 தான் ரெக்கார்ட் ஆயிருக்கும். And credit side எவ்வளவு ரெக்கார்ட் ஆயிருக்கு? 5,000 ரெக்கார்ட் ஆயிருக்கு. இப்போ ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் tally ஆகுமா? Debit side 500 தான் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம், credit side 5,000 na trial balance will not tally. So answer is C. Sales to Shyam 500 was not recorded. Will affect not recorded ne kudutham. It will affect both sales account as well as what? Shyam account. Errors of carry forward from 1 year to another year will affect which account? Errors of carry forward from 1 year to another year may affect both the accounts, both personal accounts and which account? Real account. Goods worth 272 returned by Lala passed through which one? Purchase book as how much? 722. 722. Goods worth rupees 272 returned by Lala was purchased through which book? Purchases book as how much? 722. What is the entry for? What is the entry for sales returns? Account debtor to which account? Lala account எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கணும்? 272. எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கணும்? 272. 272 தான் கரெக்டா போட்டிருக்கணும் இல்லையா? பட் ஆக்சுவலா எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கோம்? பர்ச்சேஸ் பாஸ் த்ரூ தி புக் as how much? 722 போட்டிருக்கோம். எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கோம்? ராங் எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கோம்? 722 போட்டிருக்கோம். ரெக்டிஃபை பண்றது லாலா அக்கவுண்ட் கிரெடிட்ல எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கோம்? போட்டிருக்கணும். கரெக்டா எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கணும்? 272. பட் ராங் எவ்வளவு போட்டிருக்கோம்? 722. Wrong. 722 was credited. 722 was credited. What should have been credited? So excess credit. Excess credit. How much excess credit is there? 450. It should be debited. 450 should be debited. Lala account will be debited with how much? 450. Lala account will be debited with how much? 450. Excess credit debit பண்ணோம். Lala account debtor to which account? Suspense. Okay. Anyway, இங்க Lala account debit பண்ணீங்களா credit பண்ணி தான் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. Lala account will be debited with what? 450. ஏன் 450 debit பண்றோம்? Excess credit. Of a receipt of 200 from Rajesh, not recorded in the books. Profit என்ன இருக்குன்னு கேட்டிருக்கான். நம்ம கேஷ் ராஜேஷ் கிட்ட இருந்து கலெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். இதை ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணாம விட்டோம். திங்க் பண்ணுங்க. இதெல்லாம் நாமினல் அக்கௌண்ட் இன்வால்வ் ஆயிருக்கா? What is the journal entry for receiving cash? What is the journal entry for getting cash? Cash account data to Rajesh. இதுல ஏதாவது இன்கம் இருக்கா? சேல்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது இன்கம் இருக்கா? எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் இருக்கா? இல்ல. ஸோ நாமினல் அக்கௌண்ட் இல்லைன்னா உங்களோட ப்ராஃபிட் அஃபெக்ட் ஆகாது. When your profit will be affected? When there is a sales or purchases or incomes or expense in the profit affect ஆயிருக்கும். The just cash receipt from Rajesh. Cash receipt from Rajesh. என்ன account? Cash account. Real account. Rajesh account என்ன account? Personal account. So neither increase or decrease. Because there is no nominal account. Nominal account இருந்தா தான் cash affect ஆயிருக்கும். Next பாருங்க. Purchase 950 பண்ணிருக்கோம். But recorded in purchase book as 590. எவ்வளவு purchase பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 950 debit பண்ணிருக்கணும். But how much was debited? 950 should have been debited, but we debited only 590 na. எவ்வளவு டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு? 360 டெபிட் பண்ணுங்க. கம்மியா டெபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். Debit now. Then which of the following will error affect only one account? All errors of totaling, carry forwarding, posting will affect only one account. Goods worth 1750 was returned to the supplier. Purchase returns sales returns record பண்ணிருக்கும். Purchase returns is a credit one. Wrongly recorded as sales return, which is a debit one. Purchase returns என்ன balance இருக்கும்? Credit balance இருக்கும். Instead of that, we recorded in which account? Sales returns account, which is a debit balance. Credit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா debit பண்ணிட்டா nominal accountல என்ன இருக்கும்? Creditனா income, creditனா income, debitனா expense. So credit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா debit பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கீங்க. இப்போ என்ன ஆகும்? Double the amount, profit will be decreasing. Double the amount, profit will be decreasing. Sorry, ரெண்டு ஆட் பண்ணுங்க. Sorry, 1750 plus 1570 ஆட் பண்ணுங்க. 3320. So gross profit will decrease by 3320. Once again I repeat. Goods returned to supplier. என்னது? Purchase returns. இல்லையா? Purchase returns என்ன பேலன்ஸ் இருக்கணும்? கிரெடிட் இருக்கணும். இல்லையா? பட் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? சேல்ஸ் ரிட்டர்ன்ஸ் டெபிட்ல போட்டிருக்கோம். கிரெடிட்டுக்கு பதிலாக டெபிட்டை ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணா இந்த கிரெடிட் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணாததுனால ப்ராஃபிட் கம்மியாகும். டெபிட்டை ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணதுனாலையும் ப்ராஃபிட் கம்மியாகும். ஸோ ப்ராஃபிட் வில் டிக்ரீஸ் பை 3320. Which of the following is an one-sided error? One-sided error. Not recorded at all அப்படினாலும் ரெண்டு அக்கௌண்ட் அஃபெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கும். Instead of traveling expense, we credited to which account? Traveling expenses. But actually debit பண்ணிருக்கணும். 5000 expense of traveling nature should be debited to traveling expense. It's an error affecting what? Only one account. It's an error affecting only one account. B. Point number A, both debit and credit is affected. Point number B ல ஒரே ஒரு அக்கௌண்ட் தான் அஃபெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கு. என்ன அக்கௌண்ட் அஃபெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கு? Traveling expense. So answer is B. Which of the following errors affect the agreement of trial balance? Point number A. ஒரு அக்கௌண்ட் மட்டும் டேலி பண்றதுல மிஸ்டேக் பண்ணா அந்த அக்கௌண்ட் எதிர் கம்மியா போட்டிருப்போம் இல்ல அதிகமா போட்டிருப்போம். ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் will not tally. Omitting a transaction will affect both debit and credit. Passing a wrong entry also will affect what? Both debit and credit. Okay. Anyhow, correct sideல போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டா கரெக்ட் சைடுல போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க அவ்வளவுதான். டெபிட் as well as credit ரெண்டுமே அஃபெக்ட் ஆனா ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் டாலி ஆகுமா? ஆகும். டெபிட்லயும் போடல, கிரெடிட்லயும் போடல. அதர்வைஸ் டெபிட்லயே அதிகமா போட்டிருக்கோம், கிரெடிட்லயே அதிகமா போட்டிருக்கோம். அதர்வைஸ் ஒரு அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் பதிலா இன்னொரு அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் போட்டிருக்கோம். இதனால ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் ப்ராப்ளம் ஆகாது. இட் வில் டாலி. ஒரே ஒரு அக்கௌண்ட்ல பேலன்சிங் பண்ணதுல மிஸ்டேக் பண்ண ஆகும். ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் will not tally. Next. Which of these errors affecting only one account? All the above. Which of the errors affect two accounts? Complete omission both debit and credit. Error of principal also debit both debit and credit. Posting in wrong account also affects what? Both debit and credit. Answer is all the three. Which is an example of principal. Installation of new plant real account. But தப்பா என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம்? Traveling expenses. Answer is B. 200 paid for erecting a machine should be debited to 200 paid for wages erecting the machine to be debited to machinery account. Should be debited to machinery account. It's a capital expenditure. Machinery account la debit பண்ணும். So try to go through the other things like fill in the blanks, choose the best answers. The மாதிரி go through பண்ணுங்க. Because from where in CMA the questions are tested is book back order MCQs. Book back order MCQs are tested. Fill in the blanks or true or false. Just go through. So whatever we had seen in the points plus the other things, please go through. So in the next part, we'll do which one? Depreciation பண்ணலாம். அதுக்கப்புறமா we'll go to which one? Bank reconciliation statement. Bank reconciliation statement பண்ணலாம். Yeah, final accounts பண்ணலாம் after the break.